Imagine this. You wake up one morning and everything in your life feels easy. Too easy. No friction, no resistance, no challenge. At first, it might sound like paradise, but give it time and you'll start to feel it. The quiet, gnawing sense that something inside you is weakening. Like a blade that never strikes, slowly growing dull. Here's the truth most people miss. Comfort doesn't make us happy. It makes us soft. And if you want to build a mind so tough it scares people, the kind of mental strength that stares down chaos without blinking, you have to seek out the very things most people run from. Today, we're diving deep into the science and psychology of mental toughness. What it really takes to build unshakable resilience. Not fake toughness, the chest-pounding bravado that collapses when life throws a real punch. I'm talking about the quiet, unbreakable kind. The kind forged in fire. So let's begin with a question. Why do some people break while others rise? Researchers studying soldiers before and after combat found something fascinating. In many cases, the part of the brain responsible for emotional regulation and rational decision-making actually grew stronger after extreme stress. Like the brain itself had gone to the gym and come back bench-pressing twice the weight. But this is crucial. Not everyone came back stronger. Some soldiers showed the opposite. More fear, more anxiety, even PTSD. Same war, same chaos, opposite outcomes. Why? It turns out the difference wasn't just what happened to them. It was what happened inside them. Their mindset, their interpretation of the struggle. Whether they saw the pain as meaningless suffering or as fuel. And that's where our journey begins. The Anti-Fragile Mind, author Nassim Taleb talks about three kinds of systems. Fragile, robust, and anti-fragile. A fragile thing breaks under stress. A robust thing resists stress. But an anti-fragile thing? It gets stronger because of stress. Like a mythical hydra, growing two heads for every one you cut off. Your mind is anti-fragile, if you let it be. Failures, setbacks, discomfort, handled the right way, become raw material for growth. But handled poorly, they break you down. So the real skill is knowing how to turn life's chaos into strength, instead of scars. The spectrum of struggle. Think of pain on a spectrum. On one end, minor annoyances, traffic jams, Wi-Fi dropping, your coffee order getting messed up. They irritate you, but they don't toughen you up. On the other end, extreme trauma, the kind that shatters lives. That's not where you want to train toughness either. The growth zone lives in the middle. The challenge is big enough to stretch you, but not so big they destroy you. Hard workouts, difficult conversations, scary goals, things that feel meaningful enough to hurt, but not enough to break. The secret. Most of the time, it's not the event itself that decides where it falls on the spectrum. It's your perspective. Your story about the pain. Change the story, and you change what the pain does to you. The belief you can. Psychologists call it self-efficacy. The conviction that you can handle what's in front of you. Not because it's easy, but because you trust yourself to figure it out. This belief grows every time you face something hard and refuse to quit. Each challenge becomes a vote for the story. I am someone who overcomes hard things. 2. Narrative control. Stop telling yourself scary stories. When you're cold, wet, tired, or afraid, your brain starts writing excuses. This is too much. I can't do this. Mental toughness starts when you stop arguing with yourself. When you cut off the negative stories mid-sentence and simply act. Less drama, more doing. A way of saying, you won't break me. 4th, social support. Suffer together, grow together. Science is clear, challenges feel easier, and we perform better when we face them with others. Shared pain builds trust, camaraderie, and strength. Lone wolves burn out. Teams endure. 5. Full commitment. Burn the ships. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is remove the escape routes. Sign up, pay the money, tell people you're doing it. Make quitting harder than finishing. When your back's against the wall, you find out what you're made of. The endurance mindset. Here's the paradox. The goal isn't to feel tough. It's to feel scared, uncertain, maybe even a little out of your depth, and move forward anyway. Endurance athletes talk about the pain cave, the point where everything in you screams to stop. Mental toughness lives on the other side of that moment, not because you like the pain, but because you learn it doesn't control you. Becoming the person who does hard things. The real prize isn't finishing a race, starting the business, or having the difficult conversation. It's becoming the kind of person who leans into challenge instead of running from it. Because once you trust yourself to handle hard things, life opens up. Fear shrinks. Confidence expands. You stop needing the path to be easy because you know you can handle it when it's not. Oh, bringing it all together. So here's the formula. Seek meaningful challenges. Control your story. Laugh in the face of fear. Find allies in the struggle. Commit so deeply, there's no turning back. Do this and something shifts. Obstacles stop feeling like threats. They start feeling like training. Every setback becomes a rep in the mental gym. And over time, you look back and realize you've become someone different. Someone tougher, calmer, harder to break. That's the gift of doing hard things. Not the medals, not the accolades, the transformation. So start small if you have to. Take the cold shower, run the mile, have the hard conversation. Because the road to a mind so tough it scares people begins with a single, uncomfortable step.